Hello everyone! So it is not yet 6 a.m. but I wanted to come on video a little bit because I'm so excited. Today is a very big day for me and for Ace. Today's the first day that I'm going to see Ace in person. It's the day of K-Expo and it is also Ace's first performance in the United States. Yay! So I thought I would take you guys along with me for the ride. I am super nervous, honestly. Innocent young me, you have every right to be nervous about K-Expo 2018. Personally, after Sunday, I am a changed woman from the experience. If you guys are fans of any of these groups, A.C.E, Astro, The Rose, whose logo, look, The Rose, please change your logo so I can draw it better, and then Infinite, you may have heard of K-Expo 2018. It's been a ride, to say the least. This will probably be a long video, but I hope it can shed some light on the event because people are comparing it to the disasters of TanaCon. So before I can show you any of my footage, we have to talk a little bit about the background. Everyone was super excited when this event was announced. The organizers of the event are All That Group. I don't know how large the company is, but this specific faction of the company is called All That Korea. And this is not their first rodeo. It may seem like it, but they've existed before this, believe it or not. You may have heard of Idol's Flash Mob in New York. That was also organized by All That Group. You know what, that event was like rescheduled and went to a different place, so should have been a red flag. Yeah, people were willing to give All That Korea another chance. They had partnered with FNC Entertainment and also Drama Fever for this event. So this was gonna be a whole Korean culture exhibition, and obviously to me it's a playing off of the success of K-Con. Is it as successful as K-Con? You'll find out. It was announced to be held at Pier 36 in New York City, which is a reputable convention center, I suppose. I've never been there myself. Spoiler alert. Pier 36 has a capacity of 5,000 people, so there are going to be thousands of people here to support the artist. Everyone wanted tickets, and diehard fans of the groups were willing to fly in. Ticket pricing began, and then that's when things started getting bad. Tickets, in my opinion, and in the opinion of a lot of other people, were way too expensive. So at 5:48 p.m. I have the original screenshots, by the way. You guys, I watched this unfold firsthand. This was wild to watch. But at 5:48 p.m. All That Korea said that they would be making an announcement soon to clarify the ticket prices, which everyone hoped that clarify meant lower the prices. And then 8 p.m. came and there was still no information about ticketing and no website for K-Expo. About an hour after that, really good comments started popping up. They were like, yeah, I'm pumped for this event. Obviously, to me, All That Group had bought those comments. Those were fake Instagram comments, not genuine reactions to the ticket prices, which to me kind of disqualifies their reputability as a company. So after these fake comments were posted, that's when I started paying more attention to this event, and I like screenshotted everything. Good thing I did, because they deleted the post about ticket prices. They made another post. They had lowered the prices of the ticket tiers, and I commend them for that. A part of me didn't think they were going to lower it. If you bought it during the early bird period, you could get a discount. I purchased a P3 ticket, keep that in mind, and I also bought a red carpet package for $20 additional. So after that, everything kind of went silent. All That Korea continued to respond to fans' questions, but then we had something happen. So they started giving out discount codes. I feel like they were really desperate to fill up the 5,000 person capacity, and they wanted more people to buy tickets. Suddenly, P1 tickets could be bought at half the price, and of course, people who had already bought high-level tickets felt conned by that. By the way, the early bird special never ended. The entire thing was early bird special, so people who bought it later actually got better prices for tickets, and I think that's ridiculous. Anyway, tickets, can people like stop getting arrested? And then the week of the event, All That Korea started posting vendor information. There were gonna be food stands with like bubble tea and like traditional Korean dishes. There were gonna be awesome vendors of merchandise and skincare line. And they were also gonna have workshops and also auditions for FNC Entertainment. It was gonna be a great time and everything was at peace until the day before the event. Pier 36 had canceled K-Expo 2018. Correspondents from Pier 36 said that the reason why the event was canceled was because All That Korea failed or refused, I guess, to pay for the venue. It was one day before the event. Like, you would think that even if they had bad management, they'd at least be able to do that. We found out that the event was moved to a location in New Jersey. That is a different state. And then we found out that wasn't true. The event was actually at Melrose Ballroom, which was about 30 minutes away from the original location, Pier 36. I totally just broke down because I get a lot of travel anxiety and I could do nothing except for like stare at my phone and like refresh it every couple of seconds to see if there were any updates on the situation. And at that point I was working on a gift for A.C.E because it was their 500-day anniversary that week. I didn't finish the gift, by the way, but maybe that's for the best. We'll get to that as well. There was the general feeling that this was going to be a disaster. But no matter, I promised my Twitter followers that I would vlog this. I woke up at, I believe 5 a.m. or a little bit before. I got ready, I got all cute for choice. Forget about A.C.E. I made my way to the bus stop. I had never used the bus before, the mega bus. But I did it. I successfully went to New York by myself. I got dropped off at the Megabus station in New York and ended up taking the subway to Melrose Ballroom. The line was so long. It wrapped around the corner twice and then went like to residential areas, and staff members were yelling, police showed up, they threatened to shut the event down. There was one line, which eventually split into two lines, but they didn't have enough wristbands for everyone to get in. So they had to wait for more wristbands to show up. I don't know where they got those, but that's why everything was so late. Out of the whole event, this was like the most stressful thing, was getting to the front of the line and having to pick my own artist engagement, my own high touch. Pick a card, any card. And I was like, oh my god, I hope I get A.C.E, but I didn't. I got Myungsoo. Of course I'm sad that I didn't get A.C.E, but Myungsoo was awesome. The red carpet started after 11. It was supposed to start at 11. So then as soon as I got my artist engagement, I walked in. Jeff Benjamin was the MC. He's like the Billboard K-pop correspondent. They talked about their point fashion and talked about coming to America and talked about all of the things like that. It was really cute. Then they posed for pictures.
The costume concept is a trendy rock casual that express strength and bright energy.
But everyone just dispersed after that, and I knew where I wanted to go. Right after it dispersed, I wanted to go straight to the fan vendors. I'm like so blown away by everything that all of the fandoms from all of the artists put together. So shout out to you guys. But I went straight to the A.C.E vendor event, and I'm so surprised that people recognized me. Like, multiple people came up to me, they were like, Taylor! My name's Taylor, by the way. Hi! And it was just so nice to meet everyone. I wish that I could have gotten to know people better. So vendors were on the second floor. You got up there, it was ridiculously packed. Pier 36, remember I said the capacity is 5,000. I believe that's for the whole space. Melrose Ballroom, on the other hand, without the stage was not like set in place, so it could be removed. Without the stage, the main floor capacity is 800 people. That is a fire hazard, and that could definitely cause some legal repercussions for K-Expo. The Rose was the only one who had official merchandise there. That was really cool. And I wish that the other groups had official merchandise too, but I take what I can get at K-Expo. The vendors were starting to open all their shops and everyone started shopping. The main floor started the random play dance event, I guess. After exploring the event, that was when everyone found out there was no food and no water. I believe there was water at the bars. There were multiple bars, and we were told that there was no re-entry. The whole day was like 12 hours, and some people didn't eat in that whole amount of time or didn't drink anything. So I think at like 12:50 p.m. was when I went in for Myungsoo's artist engagement, his high touch. So you went out to the 3rd floor, like the roof area. I have a little video of what that looks like. You weren't allowed to record in there, so I don't have a recording of me touching his hand. But I have a group photo, so I'll put that up here. My heart started beating so bad. I was the first person in the group. Was the first person I walked in and saw Myungsoo. His whole aura was like, I was completely starstruck. And I walked in and like our hands touched, and I like I don't even know how to describe it. It was just so like emotional. But Myungsoo, if you're watching this, no, I'm joking. It was actually really fast. I heard that other artist engagements like A.C.E's were way longer, but I don't know why Myungsoo's was so fast. I think it was because most people had his artist engagement. There were 4 groups, so it had to move pretty quickly. Like touched his hand for like 3 seconds and then like went around, stood by him, took a group photo. He was so sweet. He like counted off, made everyone laugh. And then if you got a P1 or P2 ticket, you were able to, at the end of the high touch experience, pick up a poster, and it was signed, it was advertised to be signed, and then take it with you. The posters were signed. You looked at them. Okay, I actually have one. I had a P3 ticket and I got a poster, guys. I got A.C.E.'s. So, okay, I have a story. So these are the signed posters. I don't know if you can tell. The Photoshop is so horrible. These are fake signatures. They all are the same for everyone. These are not really signed. The way that I came into possession of this poster was that at the end of the night it had been completely trampled on the ground. You can see it's like ripped up, and there's like footprints on the back of it. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, this was just found on the floor, and people gave it to me who knew I was a choice. So after Myungsoo's high touch, I went back downstairs to the 1st floor, and everyone who I wanted to be friends with left for A.C.E.'s high touch, so I just kind of stood around and watched the dance workshop. And then there was a dance crew that came in called We Love Dance. They're based in New York, very famous dance crew. They were incredible. After that ended, we found out we were suddenly, miraculously allowed to go leave and get food and re-enter. So I left. I'm a painting major, by the way, and my next project is food painting. So I was like, I have to get a place that looks like the food is good. I was like thinking of school and K-pop and survival, like the holy trinity. As I was walking around, totally lost, I met the sweetest girl, Jessica. If you're watching this, hi, I hope you're all well. And she was lost too, and we decided to go to a really nice Thai food place together. If you guys are in New York, definitely go to this place. It's called Enticed Kitchen, and it was so delicious. Honestly, one of the best parts of K-Expo was eating that food. I wasn't even at K-Expo for that part. So Jessica and I got back at 4, and it was absolute chaos. We asked the staff member, like, where should we go, because I had a P3 ticket, she had a P1 ticket, and we ended up watching the concert in the same place. That, to me, I know that's unfair. I should have been at the back, and anyone with a P1 or P2 ticket should be at the front. That's not how it happened. People with P4 tickets were standing like in the front row. Myungsoo's fan engagement began, and everyone whipped out their huge cameras. It was my first time seeing like a fan site in action. There was a girl right next to me who was obviously a Myungsoo fan site. But he was just amazing. Like, he had prepared a really special camera for the fans, and he performed some songs and played games with the fans. There was like a lottery, which I unfortunately did not get a ticket to, and you were allowed to ask questions through Twitter. That had to have been done beforehand, and then they asked him some questions about his drama. And something that was really cool was he spoiled for us that he's having a solo album come up, and he performed one of his songs off of the album that's unreleased. So that was really cool. Ace can't relate.
그 시간을 나는 기억해. I just baby baby want your love. 내게 빠진 걸. I just baby baby want your love. 네가 필요해.
And then he left the stage, and it was like the apocalypse happened. Everyone who would come there to see just him bolted out. There was a girl about 10 feet away from me who completely passed out. She fainted. We had to really like disperse, but it was so hard. I believe another person also passed out. When you're not drinking water for 12 hours and you're not eating for 12 hours, that's what happens. The Rose was next, and they're a band group, so they had to set up all their instruments. And then Leah came out. She was the one interviewing all of these artists. I just have to say, I like Leah. She's a really nice lady, but there was this oppa narrative that was pushed way too much every single time that an announcement was made. The staff who announced it was like, I know you can't wait to see your oppas and stuff, which first of all completely invalidates male fans who were there. The Rose was the funniest ever. They were so hilarious. And by the way, they had left the concert. Like they left the entire venue and got back right and went on Instagram Live all around New York, and then they came back right in time to perform. The Rose answered some questions as well and played some fan games, and they performed a couple more songs. They're just so good, like they're so good. And then it was time for them to end. Next was Ace. This was what I bought the ticket for, and I'm seeing them perform. Even if I didn't get to touch their hands, that made the whole thing worth it for me. By the way, when they performed Star, oh my god, when Sean ended it, like I got shivers. Like, that was so impactful.
내겐 그게 꼭 그대와 같아서 늦었지만 이해해줄래 날 아껴왔던 그 말 You're my star.
They ended around 9, and this was about the time when Astro was supposed to end their performance originally. My bus left at 9:50, which it was 30 minutes away, the bus station, so I had to leave. I couldn't see Astro. I'm honestly so sad. Like, if everything had been on schedule, I would have seen all of the artists, but nothing worked out, so I only got to see 3 of the groups, and I really like Astro, so I'm upset. But I went to the bathroom on my way out, and as I went up, I saw like a snippet of their one performance, and I honestly thought that it was like a CD because they had the audio playing in the bathroom. Like, Astro eats CDs. And after a long day, I went home, and I got back at 11:30 something, and then I have a class at 8 a.m. the next day. I mentioned that I was working on a gift for Ace. Let me actually get it. And I made like this drawing of all of them, and I was gonna like put it on this sparkly background with stars. I didn't even have time to write a letter. Like I told you guys, I had a breakdown the day before, but of course that's not an excuse. Like, honestly, my biggest regret is not being able to give them to show my appreciation for them by giving them a gift. Basically, all that Korea staff told volunteers that they could keep any gifts. To me, that's heartbreaking. Fans work really hard to prepare gifts for their idols, and they want to make sure it gets to them safely. I know that at least some of the gifts reached all of the idols. Another bad thing that happened, like the day before the event, Drama Fever pulled out. For your ticket tiers, you were supposed to get Drama Fever subscriptions, and that didn't happen, so that also decreased the value of a ticket. Because of all of these disparities and just bad things that happened, P1 ticket holders generally felt like they didn't get to experience enough for their money. All That Korea has refused to issue refunds so far. But if you contact ShowClicks, who the tickets are distributed from, which I mentioned before, they give full refunds. I'm not going to apply for one because I got a P3 ticket, so I feel like I don't like deserve a refund. But if you got a P1 ticket, I would totally recommend contacting ShowClicks. Was K-Expo 2018 a complete disaster? I would say no. I was able to get some personal enjoyment out of it. However, I don't think there should be another one. If there's a K-Expo 2019, unless A.C.E is going again, I'm not going. And I don't think A.C.E will go again. I don't think anyone will go again after hearing about this. I'm gonna put it this way. Out of all of the events I've been to in my life that have been meant to be fun, so events that were intended for enjoyment, this one was the most stressful in my entire life. And I don't want to sound like high and mighty, like, oh, I could have done it better myself, because I couldn't have, but the teamwork was not there, the communication was not there, and I felt like the artists picked up on that as well, which made me even sadder. Anyway, oh, I can't spin around. Anyway, I'm going to A.C.E.'s concert in New York in December 9th, I think. But if you guys are going, like, I want to meet everyone, and even I'm not like saying like, oh, let's like meet up, I'll do a meet and greet because I'm famous. Like, no, I just like want to make friends. Like, that was one of the best parts of the whole day, even though I couldn't see people who are like choices, I couldn't meet choices for long. I feel like I still need to do some more thinking about K-Expo. I honestly like don't know how to feel about it, because some parts were just so much fun, and then some parts were like, I definitely got the feeling this is one of the worst weekends ever. Thank you so much for 3,000 subscribers. Like, I didn't think it could happen because I've never been this popular on any social media platform before. I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Follow me on Twitter for those really ugly and dumb tweets. Bye everyone.